Well, I got home an hour later than normal because the job site that we're currently on is roughly about an hour away. And so instead of getting to my truck anywhere from 4 to 4:15, it was like 4:50, 4:55 before I ever got to my truck today. Still got a 10 or 12 minute drive home. So I got home a little later than normal. I decided to mow and weed eat the yard today. I meant to do that last week, but I just got caught up with other stuff last week and was never able to get to it. I'm kind of in a spell of trying to maximize productivity. So that was one of the things I wanted to get done. So that's out of the way. Then I came inside, washed up a little bit. Came out here to the garage shortly after, and my legs are sore. My adductors are, still kind of sore from that 275 4x4, the teardrop portion of the quad, the VMO. That's still, got a little bit of soreness in it as well. And now the hamstrings are tight as well from the deadlifts yesterday. So I came out here and I was like, crap, man, what do I do? I just did pull-ups a few days ago. I'm just deadlifted yesterday. My legs and lower back and everything is, too sore to really squat heavy. So do I just come in here and take 135 for 10 and go back inside? Or, do I spend a little more time? Because right now it is 8:10 at the time of this voiceover. Usually I'm not even in the garage until 9:30 at night. So I was like, crap, I've got the time for a good workout. What can I do? I decided to do some upper body work today. I honestly don't do a ton of upper body push work anymore. I used to be very heavily focused on it, but that has slowly, my interest in upper body work has, slowly declined within the Squat Everyday journey. I don't know why. I'm just sort of more interested in building up the squat, building up my running endurance and capacity and speed. And I'd like for my deadlift to come up too. And, for a big deadlift, I'll need a big upper back. So I'm a little more interested in pull-ups and, pulling work than I am pushing work. But the front squat has been on my mind recently as well. And, I just sort of, want to develop the upper body. I don't really think we need to lack in any areas. And it's like, what's a good workout for me to do? Because I also spend a lot of time working overhead at my job. So I opted for the overhead press with the barbell. I went for a few sets from the front rack, and then I went from the back rack here and with a wider grip for a set of 5 reps. These are 10-pound plates on here, so 65 pounds. I was wondering today throughout this workout, why do we try to push for max weights, especially in something like the overhead press? Because in my day-to-day life, the amount of times that I put 65 pounds over my head is very, very rare. And, I was looking at the bar. I was like, I've got 10-pound plates on either side. That's, not much weight at all. I started to down on myself a little bit, thinking I should be doing more than that. And then I thought about it, but I was like, when do I ever put anything that heavy over my head? I've got to pick up 130-pound spools of wire pretty often, but those never go up higher than my chest. I throw 50-pound bags of corn over my shoulders, but very rarely, do I have to pick up anything over my head. And then, I was like, well, why should we try to push for max strength there? I felt like sort of a capacity and endurance in that top range is probably, a better route to chase. You know, in the past, I've pushed my overhead press. I think I've gotten it up to like 135 pounds. I don't know. I don't see max strength transferring over to longevity as well in this particular scenario. I think the guy that, you know, can put 100 pounds over his head every day and maintain that mobility and that upper back structure and rigidity is probably better off than the guy that, you know, works up to 200 pounds overhead once or twice a year and then, you know, has to deload. And, you know, I don't know. I'm just kind of, you know, going off the cuff of my shirt tonight. But, you know, then just kept thinking about longevity and stuff. And is the guy that can squat 315 ATG, no belt, no knee sleeves, and can still, you know, lean over and touch his toes and still, you know, run, is that guy better off than the guy that, you know, squats and knee wraps and a belt and squats 500 pounds to parallel and he never sees an ATG squat? Which guy is better built for longevity? The guy with mobility and endurance, or the guy that is, you know, strong as a bull, but his body is nearly incapable of expressing ranges of motion that it should be used to? I don't know, just some food for thought tonight. But that's basically all I got for today. Came out here, did some, you know, upper body work. I did the dumbbells overhead pressed. They are 10, 20, about 22-pound dumbbells. Again, you know, just sort of trying to build some endurance and some capacity working overhead. Because there is times where, you know, I'm working on light fixtures over my head. And, you know, you hold a 10-pound light fixture over your head for 3 minutes while you try to wire it. You just get caught in some weird scenarios, and you start realizing that the shoulders are not as strong as you think they are. But anyhow, I'm going to go in, eat supper, and take a shower, and hopefully get in bed by, you know, 9:30 or so. It's 8:16 now, and so today's been a pretty productive day. Worked all day, came home, got the yard mowed, and put in a good, decent workout for me. Done some stretching and mobility work between the overhead sets. You know, so with all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I plan on putting in a run tomorrow, but we'll see how it plays out with the weather and, you know, whatever chores I decide to pick up. I do have an extra day of weed eating for my boss sometime this week. I don't know when I'll get to it, but got to try to make some extra cash. So there's going to be one other afternoon gone spent weed eating. But anyways, been a good day so far. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.